Oh, well, it's certainly going to change the way I write scenes. I always, in Hostel, after I did an intense torture scene, gave the actors a few days off to recover and rest. And, I'm glad I did that. I could see why you need that. But one thing is going to change is how I run my sets. Quentin had a big rule about no cell phones, no computers, no Blackberries, nothing on set. And we had a guy we called Checkpoint Charlie, this German guy who was like, you had to give him your phone. Like, if your phone went off, you were fucked. Like, Quentin was firing people. You'd get cut, like your lines, just like someone else suddenly had your part. Like, it was no bullshit. Like, you were there for the movie. And if you're doing anything else on set, you're out. So nobody brought their phones. You could keep it in your trailer, talk during lunch, whatever. But it gave everyone a certain focus. And Quentin did not have video playback. So he goes, I hate this fucking Video Village bullshit. I don't want everyone at the monitor watching this, watching that. No. You fucking do your job, and I'll watch it from the camera. And if the DP says it's fine, it's fine. I trust him, and we're moving on. And as a result, everyone's focused. You're not just sitting around. There's no, like he would break up the chairs. I was like, where's Video Village? He's like, it's like the mayor. It's like the fucking mayor came in and shut it down. We're like Chairtown. We're like, what happened to Chairtown? And he's like, there's no more fucking Chairtown, all right? Because Chairtown is becoming too much of a fucking social thing. And I'm here making the movie, and you're all fucking going to Chairtown every day. And, like, that's what we're fucking here for. He's like, he's right. It's like, I was like, where are all the chairs? It's like, no more Chairtown. So, like, fuck. So, it was certain things like that kept the focus. Quentin did not have a trailer. He's like, what am I fucking hanging out my trailer for? My job's to be on set. I'm making this movie. And I was really impressed. It just changed. Like, once you everyone was like, what? How can you make a movie without Video Village? But we need our cell phones. What? No director? And you realize you don't need any of it. It helps. And I was thinking, yeah, of course, in Cabin Fever, we didn't have any of that stuff. We just move fast. So, there were certain things like that. Also, when Quentin's directing you, you give your performance, and then he turns the camera around, and you're off camera acting for the actor. Well, Quentin, I was like, man, that was where I came up with all my good stuff. He goes, dude, it doesn't matter if you're Robert De Niro, Sam Jackson, everybody is more relaxed off camera. It's just someone's. He's like everybody's relaxed off camera.
That was me.
And he said everyone's relaxed off camera, and you're just better. That's just how it is. He goes, you're not self-conscious, and stuff just comes out of you that might not. Yeah, sure. Because stuff just comes out of you that you might be, too self-conscious. You might, second guess yourself. You don't second guess yourself when you're off camera. And what he does is, if there's something he sees off camera that he likes, he'll stop, he'll finish this actor, he'll relight, and he'll reshoot you. And that happened. The best example of that, and that's what makes Quentin such a great director, is everybody's now like on it full time, 100%. Even though they were before, now it gives you the hope that if you come up with something genius, it's going to still make it into the movie. Because Quentin's watching you and watching how the other person responds. And as a result, everyone's performance is better. Like Brad is great off camera. Everyone's great off camera. But if Quentin, if you don't get it, and there's time, and he likes it, he'll turn the camera around. The best example was when we were doing the introductions, where we're trying to be Italian. And he's like, buongiorno. And he's like, Antonio Margheriti. And I went, like that. And then he's like, don't eat the cocoa. And Omar nodded. And we filmed the whole day of that. And then the next day we were shooting Christoph. So we're all doing Londa. And I'm like really drawing out this hand gesture. And then Quentin, and then Omar nods, and Quentin goes, what if Omar just copies Donnie and does that too? He goes, I'm sorry. He goes, Eli, I know it's your guy. I was like, no, this joke is better. Not as a pundit, but as a setup for Omar, because now you just realize the whole mission's fucked, because these guys have no idea what he's doing. If this guy's copying Donnie, then they're really screwed. And then he just did that, and then Omar just did it exactly like I, and that just set up everything about the finale of how fucked these guys were. But that's Quentin. Quentin paying attention to everything. And then Quentin stopped, and he's like, guys, relight, turn it around, bring in all the background, redress everything behind them, we're reshooting that. Because that little hand gesture was so fucking funny and set up the entire last act. So little things like that I never thought. I figured once you get it, you move on. But knowing that if someone does something great, turn the camera around and get it.